Hey, there I am. April 21, 2022. At a client's property. See this pink ribbon? This is an access trail, future access trail. As you can see, it is all wet. So probably won't be working on that today, but more importantly, we're going to be opening up some food plots. I'll show you in a minute here. Well, getting started this spring, it's been the winter's just been kind of dragging out. And we've been spoiled the last couple years with some fair, less than wet springs. Well, this spring it's pretty wet. It's a good thing. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's kind of normal, would say. So we're just getting out here, and it's been kind of like, it's 45 degrees or 50 degrees, but the wind is still chilly. It doesn't, just feels different. And again, it's the 22nd, and lawns are, we're nowhere near close to mowing lawns, but this is fairly normal, I guess. We're not too far off of normal, I would say. So we're just going to get started today. And, we can move this. There's some other areas that, you can see here that are not as wet. But I want to talk about the access trail a little bit. Now, I propose either, getting maybe a four-wheeler trail, a UTV trail, or even a electric bike trail or a bicycle in general. When you're going out here in the morning, you don't want to trip. You don't want to trip over anything or fall in any holes. You want the trail to be fairly flat as you can. You may have a headlight to keep you from tripping on things. But the deer, the reason of the access trail and it's along the property line is I want the deer, if they're going to be alerted, I want them to be alerted on that trail. It's going to be which wind, scent. Your wind could carry 100 to 200 yards of whichever way it's blowing. Now, a four-wheeler. If the four-wheeler is making noise and you're driving down this trail on a four-wheeler hunting, you're going to be alerting deer 200 yards away or more to that sound. Don't necessarily want to contribute that four-wheeler sound to deer because they're going to go, four-wheeler's over there, I don't really care to go that way. I'd rather have you walk. Now, walking presents also human scent problems. If you walk by enough, deer will get used to it. But on an electric bike or even a bicycle that you're going down, they're not going to really alert to that object. Now, they may alert to the sound, the scent, not sound, scent of if you're on the bicycle, but you're going to be going by so fast, they're going to go, what? I don't recognize that, and I don't really see that. But they know what a human is. And there's a study going around right now, I think Mississippi State University Deer Lab, about sound, making sounds on, when a camera was triggered, they put a sound out. Different sounds, predator sounds, I don't know, they had 50 different sounds. Car, honking, whatever. The human voice was the most sound, the sound that the deer alerted for every time. Almost every time a human voice started talking, coaching, started yelling, whatever it was, it alerted the deer the most. So, human is your biggest bugaboo when you're out there hunting. Human scent, human alerting. We can trick their eyes fairly well. Tricking their nose is very hard. So keep that in mind. That's why we are hunting or property line access and opening them up, very important. So, there you go. Thanks for watching me rant for almost 5 minutes here. Have a great day. I'm going to get started over here. I'll do a separate video with what I got going on. Greetings, great people. That is a great spot for a blind, by the way. At property I consulted on, a lot of the properties I consult on, well, I'll consult anywhere in the state of Michigan, anywhere in the country as far as that goes. But I also like to put together plans to actually do what I proposed in the consulting plan. And I do a lot of that within the 60-mile radius of Clare, where I live. And because it just kind of makes sense. I mean, I can do chainsaw work basically anywhere, but getting the other equipment and stuff like that is tough. I would general contract jobs, but I don't have excavators and dozers and all that stuff. I usually will rent, or I have contractors I work with that I trust. So we just shop around. We do the best we can. Sometimes the clients want to do it themselves. Perfectly fine. I like doing that because I have a vision. I write it down on paper, but still, once you start doing things, you know, it's like an artist has it in their head. I kind of have things in my head as well. But regardless, here is the food plot, major food source on this established property. But I have a bunch of oak trees in the middle of it. I got to get rid of. Too many. Just shading out. Look at all the leaf litter and stuff like that. I'll show you pictures. Okay, so that's south where the sun is. And it's just blocking this complete, all of this plot. It's just blocking it all off. So we have little to no food. All these are popples, aspen, whatever. Don't need to be up. They're not quite big enough to harvest because this is a part of about a 15-acre aspen block. And aspen are all connected underneath the ground. They're all from one clone. So they're all connected from a mother queen clone, if you will. That's why you'll see, if this was clear cut, you'd see popples shooting up wherever there's sun. And it needs full sun to do that. That's why people clear cut popple. But it's the best habitat for wildlife that we have here in central Michigan. But you need diversity. We have some oaks, we have some maple, we have some pine trees. We have, this property's got a lot of great potential. But we need sunlight right here. Instead of cutting this, you know, half acre or whatever it's going to be, I'm just going to cut these down. It's going to make a block. We can always get rid of it, but we're going to get sunlight in here. We'll have the deer going around this block, which might be a very advantage, because right there, like I stated, is a great spot for a bow stand. But I got a gun stand this way, and we'll make a pretty good plot out of this. So that's what I'm going to do today, get started, and I'll show you some results after I am done. Okay, results of day number 1. Sorry about the shaking. You can hear me. It's mostly popple. One thing I did forget to mention earlier. Look at all this daylight though. One thing I did forget to mention, got to finish this up tomorrow and make some deer trails in. I started here. Thing I forgot to mention this earlier was oaks right now. It's kind of dangerous cutting oaks or injuring oaks because of oak wilt. If you don't know what oak wilt is, you Google it. It's a bug. It can kill. If you injure, they get into that. I think it's even airborne. You have to Google it. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I gotta go to my daughter's scrimmage, and I'll be back tomorrow and keep moving. So anyway, oak wilt can kill out a whole bunch of other oaks through the roots. So if there's an injury, it gets in there, it can get into the tree, it kills that tree, and then it gets into the roots, and then it can get through the soil and kill all the oaks around it. But anyway, so I'm not cutting oaks, and the ones I do cut, like right now, I'm pulling the stump. So I'm stopping it if anything ever like that happens. The biggest threat around here right now is gypsy moths. So gypsy moths defoiled almost all the oaks last year, among other things. And there is gypsy moth eggs. I seen them all day on every tree. And it was bad. And that's more of a threat right now. I mean, acorns, really a good acorn crop every 6 years on average. But maybe with a little bit more daylight, I'm going to open up these. I'm going to keep a few in these pots. But the one I caught again, I'm digging the stumps out. So thanks for watching. God bless. See ya. I'll keep updating. There you go.